and type it. Oh, recording is in progress. Could everyone type in the chat box where we are from and at what stage of their certification journey or coaching journey you're at? Hello, Pauline from Cyprus. So while you're typing that in the chat box, I want to very quickly tell a little bit about what this community of coaches meant for. So Hub for Coaches was created by a fellow coaches who are certified or on the way to certification. And we were feeling kind of lonely in our coaching journeys and thinking like, okay, let's talk between each other and also help other coaches who are probably also lonely in their journeys. And that's how the community started. And it is meant for coaches who want to get certified, both ACC and PCC level for now, and also who want to build practices and business and coaching businesses. So for now, we have a whole the whole journey for certification. We will have events like this every month. From next month, we will also have a workshop to prepare for the exam. A few of us, co-founders, have already started our PCC training, so we will share the insights and knowledge from there. And but since February, we will kick off our business part in our community, where we will do workshops and talk about business topics like personal branding, posting, social media, and niche, and how to find clients, because we want to do it. So we're going to do it together with you. So that's a short intro, and let's go to the event itself. We have two guests today. It's Gints. Hi, Gints. Hello, and then Edita. There's Edita. Hi. So Gints has gained his ACC credential for the first time in 2021, and he renewed it 3 years later in 2024. While Edita just recently passed her exam in last September, and so it's a very recent experience. That was a new exam, right? Edita, yes. Okay. So for both of them, actually, to get to the point where they got certified, took them about 3 or 4 years. So somehow the process is not very easy, although current level 1 coaching programs aim to get people certified within a year and a half, right? Remember this. I think it took for you a year, right? It's the new level 1 program.
Yes.
But for the ones who started earlier, it took us 2 to 4 years to call ourselves a certified coach. So just to kick this event with a little bit of individual sharing from both of you, Gints, could you tell us a little bit more how you discovered coaching? Why did you decide to get certified, and how long did it take for you to prepare for the exam?
Hello, everyone. All right, so yeah, I discovered coaching through my professional role, which is being Scrum Master, where one of the key competencies is coaching. And while I was looking how to improve my competencies, I decided to go in the direction of coaching, and started out with first a free masterclass where I just wanted to see what it is about and so on. I immediately, after this free introduction, felt that this is something relevant for me and interesting, and my journey started from there. I started first with a course in workplace coaching. Once I finished that, I used at my workplace, and felt that I want to go deeper in that direction, and then I took the professional coaching kind of course, which also kind of basically allows you to kind of prepare and get ready for ACC certification. So once I finished this professional coaching training and course, which lasted almost a year, I think, in total, then the only thing that was left for me was collecting those coaching hours, and also then, of course, sending the recording and passing the exam itself. So that's how it went. So probably why it took me so long, those 3 years, because initially I didn't start out with the aim that I want to become ACC coach. And yeah, it came kind of, I decided that only after I finished professional coach training that maybe I want to go in that direction. I was very excited about coaching. It felt very right for me and so on. But of course it, maybe not of course, but it didn't play out exactly as I hoped. So I'm still doing my initial role, which is Scrum Master, as my primary occupation, and using coaching at workplace to help my colleagues and support them. Yeah, I don't know.
Thanks,
Maybe
Gints, for sharing. Yeah, is it so? Do you clock official coaching hours at your workplace, or you use it more like in a unofficial way while you're mentoring or helping out your colleagues or having conversation?
basically I reached kind of informal agreement with my supervisors or managers that I'm allowed to do it, and I offered it as an opportunity to my colleagues, teammates, and so on. So of course, not everyone is using it, but in that way, I was able to collect those those 100 hours that were necessary for ACC, and yeah, so that's how it worked. It's kind of since it is I was doing it within my working hours for which I am getting paid. I felt kind of it ethical to write down as official coaching hours, because those were individual one-to-one sessions where clients voluntarily came to me for these services.
Yeah. Thanks, Gens, for sharing. And I assume there's a lot of us. I did that as well in my previous job as a trainer. I was officially coaching my colleagues. Just for people who doesn't know the roadmap of getting certified, you need 60 hours of coach-specific training, as 100 hours of coaching practice. It can be one-on-one. It can also be group coaching. 10 hours of mentoring. 3 out of them has to be individual one-on-one mentoring. Performance evaluation, either performed within the school or outside of the school, so submitting the recording to ICF, and then you have to pass the exam. So just a short interruption for people who are not yet familiar with the full process. And Edita, what about you? How did you discover coaching? How was the certification process? Why did you get certified, and how was the exam?
Okay. Can you hear me, right? I just unmuted. Hello, first of all, it's very, very nice to be here among fellow coaches. It's really cool profession, I think, and we should all do it. My road began like a while ago during my master's studies. I was in organizational leadership, so we had to touch like coaching, mentoring, change management. So it was all in within the program. But of course, it wasn't anything like later in life when I took coaching essentials, which was already exactly how to do the session and all the material. So it was a little different. I mean, not a little, a lot different. So the previous education, I would say they just explained what coaching is. So we learned more about it. And during coaching essentials already, then I learned how to coach. So that was good. Yeah, it took me, I did it twice. So I began in 2021. So it was about half a year program, I believe, with Elcon International, with Leda Turay. She was the teacher, so I really enjoyed the classes and the example and the inspiration. She's really, really masterful coach. And then, yeah, then life happened. I had to go back to career, to business, and then there is no time and there is no energy to do it after work. So coaching was only helping me in my profession. So similar to Gints, I'm not in Scrum, but I was working a lot with continuous improvement, lean. So that's a lot of change management, a lot of process analysis, a lot of work with people. And then I realized that asking questions gave me more results than actually telling people what to do. So then it was a very nice turn in that. And then I thought, okay, so my coaching knowledge is already helping. But then again, somehow I decided I want to go back and to pursue already the certification, and I want to be normal certified coach. So
I
it
like
was
I like the word normal.
normal, yes. Well,
Normalize
because
it.
it was in a way it was a self-actualization maybe, and to tell myself that okay, I am a coach and I have certification and somebody actually checked my knowledge and I'm not a scam from the street. So gave me credibility internally and externally as well too.
And you still continue with your job of
Yes.
automating processes and lean,
Yes, I do.
and use coaching and within the just use coaching techniques, or do you officially coach your colleagues as well?
I do coach now, also similar to Gens. I told all my colleagues, I showed my certification, and I was celebrated by many colleagues too. So now they know they can come and get coaching sessions. Several of them did, and that's really nice. And now we're building new leadership program within the whole organizational group. So I also propose that let's include, if we want to train leaders within the company. So I think coaching can help them get there faster.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe understand themselves better. So I hope that we're meeting on the 23rd of January, and I really hope that we can incorporate this.
Well, good luck with that. I hope you will incorporate this.
Yes, it should be nice. It will be nice.
Yeah. Thanks, Edita, for sharing. And I think it shows a good example that gaining certification increases your credibility within the organization you already work. And then, like, I'm already certified, invested a lot of money and time and energy into this. So take me as a real coach. Yeah. So I see, let me check at the chat before we continue. We have people from all over the world: Switzerland, Latvia, Romania, of course, Lithuania and USA and Moldova, Vietnam, Portugal. I'm actually sitting in Portugal near Lisbon now. So hello, fellow Portuguese. USA and okay, Vilnius again, yeah. Spain, London, Norway. That's really nice. So just to let everyone know that please type in the questions whenever they come up. I have a list of my questions, and we're gonna follow that list. However, it would be much more useful for you if you have your own question, you share it with us, and we can actually answer. So just before we start talking about exam preparation, I have a question for both Edita and Gins, talking about the certification journey itself. What was the hardest part in it?
I can go first. Yeah. So definitely collecting those 100 hours because it's difficult somehow to to introduce that you are a coach and find clients who are willing to work with you and become coaches, so to say. And so for me, that was the main challenge, the collecting of hours.
How did you do it, Gints?
It's primarily it was this workplace coaching, as I mentioned. I told about my colleagues, my teammates, and so on. But tried to do it also in wider organization, but things changed. It didn't work out. But also had some private clients. I tried also to kind of position myself on the World Wide Web that I'm a coach now and I'm available and try to kind of advertise myself, market. But I got a few clients, but nothing significant to significantly contribute to those hours. So
Okay, thanks for sharing. Edita, and what about you? What was the hardest part?
Yeah, collecting clients was also hard, but I had a really cool team, I guess, of fellow classmates from coaching school. So we did some peer coaching hours, and then sort of we coached each other. Some sessions were paid already by then, but it was easy introduction because we knew the circle. So some hours was not that difficult. But the external, to advertise, to tell people about myself and to explain what coaching is. It's to me, I thought everybody knows about coaching by now, but no. A lot of people still don't understand what it is and why they need it and why they should pay.
Yeah.
So that was hard. And then for me, because I'm really busy at work, and then I decided I will not have time sufficient maybe to go on ICF webpage and figure out all the requirements that were needed. So I just enrolled in mentoring program, in mentorship program. So that helped because it was all organized. So I just knew what I need to do, when, by when. And and passing actually, to choose the coaching session and to do the transcript and to submit it to the mentor and to get it evaluated. Yeah, it was maybe one of the most challenging. So when I think I was the happiest in my life by receiving the certification that my my actual coaching session passed. So it
How
was.
many sessions did you record?
I recorded maybe 4, but then I
Okay.
submitted 3, and then so 1 was only an introduction to get mentors feedback during the program, and then 1 didn't pass, and the next one passed. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you went kind of you did it light. I did 30 recordings before I chose one. I went really overboard and got super scared, and everything seemed imperfect. So it was scary for sure. So just for everyone who's like, just to reflect and to give a little bit of knowledge, because we have this ICF ACC certification roadmap on our Hub for Coaches community as a course. To collect, you have to collect 100 hours, and 75 of them have to be paid, 25 pro bono. And paid can be anything. It's peer-to-peer coaching. It's coaching at work. It's like coaching for a coffee. As long as you follow the ICF core competencies and ethical practice, you can coach your relatives and friends and anyone. So basically anyone who can help. And when it comes to recording, well, Edita did probably a level 1 program, I assume. So the evaluation of the recording was already included. For others who follow the portfolio path and have to submit recording to ICF itself, you can still ask your mentor for support and help, but then eventually have to decide which session to submit to ICF, which can be really, really scary. Okay, so I guess let's dive into the exam preparation then. Are people here for the exam then? Tell me in the chat box. Are you here for the exam, or maybe you still want us to cover some other parts of certification? Anyway, looking back, Gints and Edita, what specific preparation activities had the highest impact for you?
Okay, I can begin for a change now. So I would say for me, the highest impact was reading and studying really the code of ethics and referring clients. So this big document, and I really, really studied it. So that was the most helpful, I would say. Because other parts you get in already, you have practice, you had coaching, you know the competencies. So the competencies were not that difficult for me, but that, yeah, the study of this code.
Oh, why did you find the code of ethics more difficult?
I don't know. Some I would say maybe the referral to clients part was to other
specialists.
Specialists, yes.
Yeah.
So that was, and during exam they had a lot of questions about it. So the whole ethics things, it's not hard, but then it's a very specific document, and you have to really know how to.
Yes.
So for me, it was that.
Yeah, about 30% are about referring to other specialists like psychologists or consultant in the exam. Gints, and what about you? What had the most impact?
Yes, I agree that I also was concerned about this code of ethics, because it's very very specific formulations and understanding you have to gain. But besides that, I have a trick that I typically use for all kinds of certifications, because working in IT industry, along the time of my over the time, I have collected different kinds of certifications, including Scrum certifications and so on. And one thing you can find online is samples of exam questions. So this really helped me to get idea what really to expect at the exam. And once I had the feeling of how I'm doing, can I answer those questions easily, or are there any that are challenging and so on? That really relieved my anxiety about the questions, so about the exams as such. So and the third pillar was actually the mentoring sessions, because they were quite useful, because during mentoring sessions you get to do supervised coaching. So basically you get feedback about your coaching competencies and so on. So all those three things combined helped me to get through it easily.
Yeah, thanks, Gints. So I will include this knowledge from time to time after each share, but 40% of the exam consists of ICF competencies, 30% of code of ethics, and 30% of referrals. So in general, like all the questions are situational. So you have to choose one best answer and one worst answer. And what happens with the exam is that, like, for example, the best one is kind of obvious, and then there's like two worst answers which are not obvious. For example, one kind of breaks one code of ethic and another breaks two codes, like two I would say like points in code of ethics, right? So you have to really see which question really breaks more points compared to, like, not which question, but which answer breaks more points compared to the other answers. And that becomes really tricky. So when you prepare and use mock exams for preparation, Rimvidas, actually my colleague, he knows about AI, how to AI helps with preparation. We'll do the event about it as well. So, but there are mock exams online, and for me, it was very useful to take the same mock exam like 3 times, and actually each time to analyze why this answer is the best and why the specific answer is the worst, because the worst ones will be most difficult. What do you think about that, Edita and Gints? Was it the most difficult?
Actually, I do not remember those details that much, because when you go for extension, that you don't have to do exam at all. You just need mentoring hours, and that's it. So for me, that was quite a while ago, 5 years or more ago. This also answers question of Rimvidas, that I didn't use any AI because 5 years ago there was no AI. So yeah, that's from my perspective.
Yeah, Gints, it was really a while ago. I think the exam was completely different from what it is now.
Yes, actually, it is different now. So now there was no requirement to choose the worst answer. So you just go with one. Yes. So this is recent update, I think, as of 2025. So for ACC, for the rest, I think you still have to do both. But for ACC, they made it, I guess, easier.
So how does the question sound?
So the questions sound the same. You get a situation, you get
Yeah.
4 answers, and then you only choose one, which is the most correct answer.
So
Yeah.
it's the best only.
Yeah.
Wow, that makes things simpler.
It is simpler.
Yeah.
Then yes, and so some answers you already know that they don't make sense. And in regards of Rimvidas's question about AI, so yes, I did talk to AI about it, and I actually, because I like to study, as Gint also mentioned, to have those mock-up exams and to try them. So I just asked AI, according to ICF competencies and ICF requirement on what's available, create me a sample test and make it multiple choice, and according to all ICF requirements, and they actually did pretty well. So I could play, and then there is no end to it, I guess. AI just asks you if you would like some more, and then you say yes, and then it gives you some more.
Did you find that these AI generated questions are close to the exam questions when you went there?
No, and yes and no. So they teach you how to think, but during exam, the questions were completely different. And I also, I thought, okay, AI gives me questions. So I also went to one of the websites, to just online, and bought. So they sell training materials. I think it costed 89 euros, called an expert coach. So they gave you the whole material, what to study, and there is 2 mock-up exams in there. But they're already the full 60-minute long, and then you can take them as much as you want. And then they explain also, if you miss the answer, they explain why you should have chosen the other one. But also during the exam, only maybe 2 questions were very similar, and the rest was so different. So I would say it was not worth the money, but maybe only to go and learn the logic of how the questions are formulated. But during exam, they were very different.
Yes. So just to clarify as well, because thanks for Jita for clarifying for me, and I will clarify for others. So the ACC has an ACC exam is the one renewed in 2025 with like choose the best answer, right? And PCC is still the old format where you have to choose, where we give the same situation, and then you have to choose the best in one question and then the worst in another question. which makes it much more difficult, I would say. But we are also experimenting on the new PCC exam, and at some point it's going to be renewed as well. So, okay, I think let me go through the questions the audience is asking. Kelly is, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, would like to know how long did you study, prepare before feeling comfortable to take the test?
Me, the time of study, I decided, okay, that I signed up for exam. So it was 2 months. And then I already studied the documents and did all those AI things and non-AI things and of the tests. And so, yeah, I would say 2 months of quite dedicated time. So almost every day after work and then during the weekends. So I took.
Yeah, and I took my exam over a year ago in 2024, but still the old one. And I studied for like a month. But I didn't have a job, so I could dedicate much more time during the working days. But I would say I would study like 3-4 days per week for like a few hours each day. So that was enough. Okay, the next question. How many questions are included in the new exam? Edita, tell us.
I don't know, it was stressful. So, but I would say 60, probably 60. 60 questions, but now for us, at least in Lithuania, I was taking it in English. So because it's a second language, they give you time in extension. So I had 150 minutes, which was more than enough.
Yeah, it can get pretty difficult to sit all those minutes there for that exam, and the questions are not easy. So what you see in mock exams, the questions are really simplified.
Yes.
When you come to an actual exam, they are long. The situations are explained in much more detail, and then just reading the question and understanding the question properly can require a lot of mental energy. But 150 minutes is much better than I did for 4 hours.
Yes, and they let you out. So as if you
Yes.
finish in 60 minutes, you can just go. But
Yes.
you're right, the questions were tricky, long, and then some specific words you had to catch in order to answer the correctly. Because yeah, some other answers also make sense.
So to participate well in the exam itself, I would suggest if you already know the answer, it's very clear for you, just answer it. And if it's not clear, just answer it or not answer it, but flag it. So by the end of before the break, did you have a break?
I didn't take one because
Okay, so
I was quite quick answering, so I didn't need a break.
Yeah, so you can also take a break. So before the break, you can go to the flagged questions and review them again and answer them. Okay. Yes, 60 questions. And so how many answers have to be correct in order to pass the exam? I see that my colleagues are already answering some questions. Yes, so the scale, not all questions are scaled at with the same amount of points. Some questions have more points, some others have less, but in total you have to collect 460 points out of 600 to pass the exam. If you instantly get a report whether you passed or not, and then ICF will send a more detailed report on your how the exam went. But you instantly know if you did did well or not. Okay, so let's get to the other question, which might also be very useful for the people who are here. So, what did you spend time or energy on, which was actually not useful at all? You would skip now.
I would not skip, but I would spend a lot less time on this mock-up exams that I bought because yeah, So I would study more the documents and the competencies instead.
Thanks, Edita. Gints?
Nothing comes to mind now. I think I didn't spend that much time. For me, it's kind of I just have to build my confidence, and then I do not like to overthink. I just go for it, and so I try to do as in short time as possible. So once I applied, I think once I had those hours collected, it went pretty quick.
And you passed from the first time?
Yes.
Oh, well, okay. He jumped right in. So I agree with Edita as well. Well, mock exams and how you pick the good answer with explanations is very useful, but the exams are based on competencies and code of ethics. So basically, and the referral document. So basically, you have to really, really understand the minimum ACC minimum requirements. There is a document where what is required of you as a potential ACC coach. And you have to understand, you don't have to meet all the ICF competencies from 8 groups. There's minimum requirements which are enough. So you have to really understand them, because the exam is based on the competencies and situations themselves. So while you practice and while you record the sessions, you're looking for recording and you listen to your own recordings, you understand which competencies you're good at and which you're bad at. And your mentor also would tell you that the same. So not the same, but he or she would advise you on that. So that's what the exam is based on. It's very situational. It's very practical on the real coaching situations. Okay, so let's go to the next question. What was the most difficult technically and psychologically wise moment during preparation or exam itself?
I think for me it was a bit challenging to get those recordings because since I had difficulties getting clients, it was also difficult to get ones who would be willing to record their session. So that was kind of, for me personally, a bit kind of challenging, if you put it that way.
Thanks, Gints.
For me, most challenging, you mean preparation for the exam?
Yes. Yeah.
I had 2 things. So one psychological thing was, do I really need it? Why am I doing this? I know coaching. I can coach already. Why? And then, so I had to come to terms with myself and say, okay, hey, stop this. You need it, you applied, you're in the program, you're already at the end, just finish. And the technical part, because I'm not in Vilnius, so my mentor suggested that it's better to actually go to the center and not do it online, because due to some technical issues, the exam can stop, or you can have other issues with computers or programs. So I decided to go to Vilnius. So technical part for me was the drive and staying overnight, because I wanted to not to take an exam after a 4-hour drive. So that's the only thing. Other than that, it was easy to apply, easy to get the center, easy, very, very self-explanatory instructions, when to come, what to do, and people in the center were really nice and welcoming, and so they helped reduce all the stress, and it was a good experience.
Nice. Yeah. Same. I also took it at VU Person Center. examination center, and it was much easier than I would do it at home. I would be so scared that some interruptions might happen or anything. Or like someone passes you have to really have a clean desk and everything. They are like monitoring you the whole time. And in this exam center, it's just calm environment there. You can concentrate. So exam day tactics. Can you walk us through your exam day and what would be helpful for people?
I can go. So sleep well, drink water, meditate if you do, or pray if you need to. Just calm yourself down. Don't stress if you can, and yeah, do all kinds of things to just be calm. And then they just walk you through. So just let them do the job, and it's very easy. Concentrate on what you know. Trust yourself. You have studied, you have read, you know it all, you have coached for 100 hours and more. So there's nothing to be afraid of.
Oh.
So that would be my suggestion.
Gints, and you, what would you suggest?
Yes, I also typically use some breathing techniques to calm myself down. Generally to get myself to a state where I'm focused on here and now. I do not kind of think about possibilities and probabilities, what might happen, but I'm just here and now, and I'm focused on the one thing in front of me, and that helps me kind of keep that calm that is necessary to effectively answer the questions.
Thanks. We have a few questions from the audience. So Louis is asking, what personal learnings have you acquired from the experience of preparing for and passing the exam?
For me, personal learnings were when I actually was doing the preparation and especially focusing on competencies part. So yeah, I think I just only learning them more and trying all kinds of applications in questions and situations. I think I just became a better coach. So somehow you just, okay, so this is what I should have done, or this is how I should do it next time. So it was helpful. And just to follow through the whole process was also a growth, because you kind of set a goal and you achieve it and it feels good.
Thank you, Edita. Gints, and what about you?
Yeah, for me, the most valuable part was mentoring sessions. I really enjoyed them. And it's one thing that what you have in mind about yourself, how you think you are coaching, how you are doing, how you are feeling about yourself while doing it, and so on. Of course, you get some feedback from your client also, but still, once I did this group mentoring sessions, so there was like you have to attend. I think all 10 of them, and then 3 of them you get to coach. So you get to see 7 other examples how people are coaching, what feedback they get from mentors, and then 3 of them you coach somebody else, and you get feedback from the mentor and also other coaches who are practicing. So that was kind of my first experience of that kind of feedback and learning, and I found it very, very useful and helpful.
Oh, nice. I like it too. So in order to participate, we have one more question. In order to participate in the ACC exam, you have to achieve certain amount of coaching hours. Are the coaching hours from the coaching program included, or do we need to collect from scratch after completing the coaching program? I will actually answer that question myself. Yes, they are included in the total of 100 hours you need to complete. And I would, if you haven't chosen the coaching program yet, I would recommend looking at the schools and programs which also include enough practice. So, for example, our school had a requirement to complete 40 coaching hours before we finished the school. And it was really helpful because they asked us to start coaching right away, which then was very useful to come to the coaching training and ask the questions, ask the problems with the coaching sessions, what's working, what's not working, and to actually get the feedback about it. So yes, started from the very beginning of a training, and that all the hours count. Is there training material offered from ICF with solutions to practice in preparation for the exam? Yes, there is. Rimvidas, maybe you can find links quickly from what is the ICF offering, because they have some mock questions, and there's also some videos. Okay, so now, so now we asked for 100 sessions before the last mentorship meeting. Okay, so basically before you finish your mentoring, you also have to complete your practice hours. That's what Rimvidas is saying. Okay, so this is my last question from myself, but maybe the audience will be looking, we will have more questions for you. So if someone is preparing for the exam, it's coming up like in, let's say in 1-2 months, what would you recommend that person, that coach, to 3 things to stop or to start doing that would give them the best impact?
One thing to stop would be not to worry, just do. And 3 things what to do. I would say, yeah, really read the material, check out all the ICF, what is ICF offering for mock-up tests, so that you know how they're done, and and study competencies. And ICF really has nice videos, even on YouTube, on the renewed competencies from 2025, and the new code of ethics as well. So they're really, really short, self-explanatory, but really useful videos. Yeah, and just study.
Thanks, Edita. And Gints, what about you? What would you suggest to stop or start doing right away?
I would have only one advice, what to start doing, and that is something kind of a strategy, general strategy that can be used also outside exams, is to kind of narrow down your focus to areas where you have to improve. Because if you look at the whole thing, it seems huge. Your mind is jumping from one thing to next thing, and it gives you a big scare how I can manage all of that. But start by eliminating, let's say, one thing that you feel very well about. Just don't focus. Start focusing on 9 things that you have to improve, and with every day take 1 down. Next day you have 2 things that you are confident and 8 things that you have to improve, and just gradually you build up your confidence, and in that way I think it also helps to, on the day of exam, you would feel more calm about this whole process that you have gone through, that you can kind of also see mentally kind of checkpoints for yourself. Okay, checkbox here and here and here and here. I have gone all through. I'm well prepared for it. So that would be my advice.
Thanks. How did you decide on those 9 points in the first place, Gints? How would you know what are the points you need to improve?
Well, you can go by these mock exams, or you can go by competencies. Depends how you organize your own mental model about the content of what you have to pass.
Okay, well, Gints, you also might be the only person who renewed his ACC credential here. Could you walk us through this part a little bit? What did you have to do? How was it? Was it hard? Was it easy? Like, just tell us a little bit.
Yeah, I will just give a quick warning that I have to leave 5 o'clock sharp, so
Yes.
8 minutes left. But yeah, it's much easier in that sense that you don't have to do exam again. You only need to, and you don't have to send also a recording. So basically, you just need to go through these 10 mentorship hours and pay the fee, and that's about it, if I remember it correctly.
And plus the continuous coaching education units.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
You're right. So there is this, you have to collect those continued education points, and those can be, depends how you can do it. If you can and can afford, you can just take some large training course in coaching, and that will basically cover all of it, depending on the size of the course, of course. If not, the last time I did it, I did it differently. There is on ICF website, there is this continued education learning portal where they keep archive of webinars that they organize through ICF, and in those on that website you can filter out the topics of the webinars, attend the ones that you are interested in, and do them on your own pace. So I was just doing it systematically, let's say 1 or 2 webinars a week, collecting, let's say 1, 2, 3 CCA points a week, and just building that up to cover all those CCE points. So there are in different categories, but also in those webinars it is described, this webinar will give you that many points in that category, so you can easily kind of build up what you need from those webinars. And that is free of charge if you are a member of ICF, which you are, if you are extending your ACC. So that's
yeah. Just to give a little bit of explanation, what is the extending ACC means. Once you gain your credential, you will have to renew it after 3 years, or you can go for PCC. So we are talking about renewal. That's what Gints did. You collect 24 continuous coaching education units. You can, as Gints explained, you can go on ICF web's database and actually look at their learning material and collect the units in different areas, like some are from code of ethics, some are for competencies. And then you take additional 10 hours of mentoring. That's the only thing required. You don't need to do more training sessions. You don't need to do more client hours. You don't need to take exam anymore. You don't need to submit the recording, but of course your mentor has to approve your quality of mentoring. But you actually, after those 3 years, doesn't matter how much you practiced, you can still coach under the ICF competencies and code of ethics. Okay, so we have just a few minutes left. If we don't have any more questions, but if you do, just type in quickly, and I'll just finish the this event with thanks to Edita and Gints for coming here and sharing your experiences. That was very valuable. We see that we had quite a lot of people here listening to us attentively, and people, coaches who are interested and curious about how to do this. What is the certification roadmap? What is the step-by-step procedure? How to prepare to the exam quickly? Here on this. If you see the barcode here, you can join our community. It's a remote online community on the platform school. There you will find courses in the classroom section, or one course for certification roadmap and another course for exam preparation. And there you will have like a lot of tips and just everything what you need to know, which is collected from my ICF pages and other pages, which will make your life easier. Otherwise, we will do these events once a month, and also in February, we will also do workshops on preparing for the exam. So follow us on the community. We will announce the events there. And thank you so much, Edita and Gints, again for coming.
Thank you for questions, and thank you for having us.
Anytime.
Yeah, and if anybody have more questions, so you can always connect in LinkedIn, or I don't know, maybe through you guys.
Yes, you can also find both of them on our coaching community, right? Yeah. So this is Edita Urboniene, just in case if anyone wants to find her on LinkedIn, we'll text her name, and Gints, you see his name and surname. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you everyone for being here, and I hope you will have the best of luck with your exam.
Exactly. Good luck, everyone.
I'm
Bye.
sure you will. Bye.
Bye.